Okay, y'all, I came on here to say a bitch done got coronavirus. I really don't know what to say. I don't know where I got it. I don't have any symptoms. Good morning. So today is day one of my 1 week quarantine. I just woke up, so unfortunately, I don't have any groceries. I don't have any toilet paper. So today I'm going to order groceries on Amazon. I'm going to order toilet paper on Amazon. It said that it's going to be a 2-hour delivery window. So hopefully I can get that stuff delivered to me today. And yeah. So I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about my symptoms. Like I said, I really didn't have any symptoms, and I had felt like my allergies were bad for the past 2 weeks prior to me getting tested. So I had just been taking my normal Claritin or Zyrtec. And towards the end of the second week, I just felt like the allergy medicine wasn't really working because it was a 24-hour pill and I was having to take it every 6 hours or so. So I went ahead, I went to the store, I bought a different allergy pill that also had a decongestant, and I was feeling better from that. And so I just was continuing to take that every 4 hours as it was directed. But over the weekend, I went to the pool with a friend, and we were drinking and we had snacks and stuff, and I realized that I couldn't taste or eat or smell anything. So I kind of wasn't really concerned until the next day when I still couldn't taste anything and I really could not smell anything at all. And I had actually planned, I went that Friday before we went to the pool to go get tested. It ended up waiting 2 hours and I had to leave because I didn't have time to wait. So I did not get tested until that following Monday when I was able to make an appointment at a different place to get tested. And then, of course, 2 days later, I got the results that I tested positive. Now, so 11:30, 12:31, 2, 3. It took about 4 hours. I chose the delivery window 2 to 4, so it still came on time. I don't know what I expected. I got my bread delivered. I can't expect perfect bread. It is what it is. Can is also damaged. Some produce. This is a huge cabbage. I'm not mad at it. It's okay. green onion, spinach, bell pepper, red onion, lemon, bananas, yeah, so my milk is busted. Some hummus and cheese. My milk is busted. I'm gonna have to re-jar it, rebottle it, put it in some mason jars. Guess I might as well look at my eggs since half my stuff is damaged. Eggs are fine. So it's day 2 and I'm actually feeling pretty fatigued today. So I'm gonna lay back down until it's time for me to start working again at 1. I feel really congested today and like pretty tired. So next to my bed, I have my decongestant that I'm about to take. My thermometer, which I took my temperature yesterday and my temperature was pretty much perfect. So I'm not really concerned about having a fever. And then some Gatorade. So this is just what I've kept by my bed this past week or so. Just like if I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm thirsty or whatever. I had some nasal spray, but the last time I used it, it felt like I was shooting fire into my brain. So like I said, I'm pretty tired and I'm about to just lay back down. And hopefully I feel better this afternoon because I will be working and I'm going to be on the phone for about 4 hours straight. So I want to be able to talk for that long. We're going to see. Okay, today is day 3. I'm feeling pretty good. Yesterday I was really tired, so I didn't vlog because I slept all day. I woke up, actually I went to bed at like 3 because all the naps I had. So I just woke up at like 12. The health department called me, and I guess obviously they report when you test positive. So she called, she wanted to know what my symptoms were, how long I had been experiencing symptoms, and just like how I'm doing today. So I kind of got conflicting information. Like when they called me Wednesday to tell me I had tested positive, she told me that I needed to self-quarantine for a week and come back and test. So this Wednesday, quarantine till next Wednesday and come back and test. But the lady from the health department told me that I needed to quarantine from the time that I was feeling symptoms, which would have been about the 17th. And she said on the 27th, that would be the end of my quarantine, I guess, because then I'm no longer contagious. But I'm just going to go until Wednesday, and then I'm going to retest and see how I'm feeling from there. But again, same thing today. I still feel congested. But I'm feeling like I got way more energy, so I'm going to clean up, sanitize all my linens, give Lexi a bath, and sanitize my car. So one of the things that I've been meaning to do since moving into my apartment in May was paint my bedroom. And since I already had the paint and I wasn't supposed to be leaving the house for the next 7 days, I decided I might as well get ahead on this project and try to paint this circle myself. I followed a tutorial on YouTube as far as how to draw the circle. I didn't have any rope or twine, so I had to use a string from a swimsuit. But I think overall, it came out pretty good, and I'm satisfied with how it came out. It definitely added a little pizzazz to my room. So, like I said, I'm happy with how it came out, and I'm glad that I actually got it done. Okay, so today is day 5. I actually just got back home because based on what the lady from the Denton Health Department, she called me on Saturday and said that today would actually be my last day of quarantine. So she counted it from the time that I started experiencing symptoms. And of course, my symptoms were super mild. So there's not really, I don't really have a for sure date to go off of. But I went to Target and got some things that I was needing. And yesterday, I really didn't do much. I hung the light bulb or the light fixtures, the sconces in my room, and folded laundry and just kind of prepared for my week. So there wasn't too much going on yesterday, and today was just work as normal. And then, of course, I just ran to Target. I guess my symptoms today is probably the first day that I've really started to feel better. I still have super mild congestion, but I can taste my food. I can smell a little bit. So my symptoms are definitely clearing up. And I've already scheduled another test for tomorrow. So tomorrow I will take my test at 4 p.m. and then I should get my results back by Thursday or Friday, and hopefully they're negative. Because I am lonely and I'm tired of being at home by myself. So we will see what those results say. But yeah. One of the things I knew I had to do if I didn't do anything else throughout this whole process of trying to sanitize my home was clean my hookah out. For the people who know me, they know that me smoking hookah is like my glass of wine. So I do smoke hookah almost every day. And because of that, I knew that I was going to have to sanitize the entire set. And so I just used the Clorox bleach spray. I have regular bleach, but this was just more convenient for me. So I used hot water and the bleach spray. Sprayed everything down, cleaned it with Blue Dawn, and reassembled the hookah back together. But, for the most part, I don't share my hookah at home with anybody, and I honestly try not to. So aside from not wanting COVID to just sit inside of my hookah, I did want to make sure that if anybody had used it recently, that all of that was cleaned out. So I went ahead and sanitized it from top to bottom. So I thought I've been recording this whole time, but anyways, I'm about to make some watermelon juice um, that I learned from the group, this gardening group that I'm in on Facebook. And basically, you just blend up watermelon juice. Watermelon. So I've already got all the watermelon out, and we're gonna see how much this makes. But what I was gonna be saying was, I am not sure of which setting I should use because I have the Instapot blender and it kind of just has like all these different options. So I'm gonna go just with blend medium, and we're gonna see what that do. So I started on medium and I put it to high. Okay, let's taste what we got. It's good.
Do you verbally consent to this COVID testing, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, so inside this bag, whenever you grab it, I just need you to take this out, okay, and then leave this back on the passenger seat, and then I will walk you through what to do. All right, here you go. All right, so go ahead and take out that tester and that test tube. Also take out the test tube just to make it easier for you once you're done testing. And that test tube, just hold off on it for now. It's probably on the outside flat. Okay, so take it out from that end I opened for you. And then that fuzzy end right there, it's going to go into your nostril. You're going to do 2 big circles for me, and then park it there for 15 seconds, and then you're going to take it out and put it, like move on to the other nostril, do the same thing, 2 big circles and park for 15 seconds, okay? So go ahead and do that for me. Okay, 1, 2, okay, go ahead, park it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, go ahead and take it out. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, go ahead, park it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, go ahead and take it out for me, and then go ahead and break it in half. And that will pull off, yeah. Yes, ma'am, and go ahead and zip it up for me. And inside that wide bag, you should be able to see some alcohol drops. If you can go ahead and wipe down that back for me, front and back. We will call you back in 3 to 4 days with your result, okay?
Thank you. Okay, so I got an attitude because first of all, it's 7 in the fucking morning and I'm tired. Oh, sorry, lady. And I signed up. I'm about to pull over. I signed up for the drive-through testing for a different location this morning. And I get here, like the other place was like a literal drive-through, so the other place was like literal drive-through testing. And so I pull up to the Kroger, and that's what I'm thinking it's gonna be. And mind you, now how this was today was how I thought it was gonna be last time. But anywho, I went inside the store. First thing you see is like a sign talking about no testing inside the store, blah blah blah. Okay, well, where the fuck is the testing? So I go to the pharmacy and she's like, ma'am, we don't open till 9. Yeah, girl, I know that, and my fucking appointment's at 7. So where do I go to go get tested? And she's like, you have to go through the drive-thru. Okay, y'all need to have signs that say that, girl, because I just got out the car and did all this. What if I wasn't supposed to be inside the store? What if I was supposed to stay in my car because I'm contagious or some shit? So I went, y'all just seen me do the testing. It's not comfortable, and my nose is still irritated. Like, my nose is always irritated, so it wasn't comfortable to do the test. But since I already knew what I was doing, it was the same as the first time. It was okay, but yeah, they said same thing. I'll get my results in 3 to 4 days. But last week it came in 2 days, so I'm hoping that it comes in 2 days again, and that this shit come back negative. Otherwise, I am gonna have to cancel my trip. And that's fine. But yeah, we just gonna see. But I'm tired as hell. I'm about to go back home and go to sleep. Yeah, that's it. So I'm not really sure if I already said this, but I got my negative results back on Saturday. They called to let me know that my results were negative. And then Saturday, I started feeling weird. But actually no, not Saturday, really Sunday. My throat was feeling weird, when you sleep with the fan on and like your throat get dry from it being cold. That's really what it was feeling like. And so, as the day went on, like when we came back home, we went to get brunch and to the outlet. And when we came back home, I was like, damn, a bitch tired. Like, I need to lay down. And so my friend, she left and I laid down, but I was like convulsing. I was shaking. I felt so cold. And so I went ahead and took my temperature and it was like 100. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they just called and told me my results was negative. Like, what is this shit? And I was trying to take a nap, but I just couldn't because I felt so cold. So, I stayed up for a couple hours and I smoked my hookah. I didn't have no issues. And then, I went to bed and I was like, damn, I need to take something to try and break this fever, because I took it one last time before. I took it 3 times. The first time it was 100.5, 100.3. The second time it was like 101.3. And the third time I took it, it was 103 point something. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why do I have such a bad fever? And I could feel like the tension in my neck and like in my lymph nodes, like they were swelling. And so honestly, last night I was really nervous. So I took the ibuprofen to break the fever. I took a muscle relaxer because I told you I had literally been shaking, so I knew I wasn't gonna be able to fall asleep without it. And then I set my alarm for every 2 hours because literally the way my body was feeling, I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So this morning, like my lymph nodes, especially on this side, is so tender I can't even turn my neck. They're so sore. And so I looked in the mirror, and I've had strep throat before. I had it in high school, and so I already know, you know, like the symptoms. And so I was like, I looked and I saw the little stuff you get at the back of your throat when you have strep. So I'm like, shit, now I gotta go get tested for strep. So I made an appointment at the urgent care, and I actually just got here 20 minutes ago before my appointment. I showed up 20 minutes early instead of 10 minutes because I knew they was gonna be on some shit. I checked in via text. I'm still sitting in the car. You can only go in one person at a time. I checked in, and I gotta hurry up because I think it's almost my turn. But I checked in, and they're like, what's the reason for your visit? I said strep throat. And they're like, you need to reschedule for a COVID test because we aren't seeing patients with flu-like symptoms. I said, I got a negative test result on Saturday. I know I don't have COVID, or I don't feel like I have COVID. And they're like, well, do you have the results? So I called the pharmacy that I took the rapid test at, and she was like, well, I can print off, you know, the negative results if you can come get it. And I was like, well, it's 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back, 30 minutes. And it was going to be beyond my appointment time. So I'm texting the people because they're just texting me to check in. And I'm like, look, they said I can go pick up the results, but, you know, that's going to put me past my appointment time. And they didn't respond for a minute. And finally, they just text me saying that they would see me now. So basically, I'm just waiting to go get tested, and we going to see, you know, what's going on. I really pray I just got strep, but yeah, if I test positive for strep, I'm definitely canceling my trip. It is what it is. I don't need to be going. So yeah, that's all. I think they're looking for me. Bye. Honestly, at this point, my life has got to be a fucking joke. Like, I already began, at this point today, I already began editing my vlog because I knew I was done. I left urgent care. They told me that I tested negative for strep. And yes, I am in the car again because I've been on the move. A nigga thought, like, I thought I was cool. Told me, you know, I tested negative for strep in the office with just the swab, but they still were going to send the cultures off just to double check because they have to or are required to, whatever. So, you know, I'm out living my life with proper precautions, social distancing and wearing a mask. I was on my way home now, and the lady from the urgent care calls back, and she's like, Miss Williams, we got your cultures back from the lab, and they came back positive. I said, positive? And she's like, yeah, you tested positive for strep. So you telling me in a matter of 2 weeks, I done had coronavirus, and now I got strep. I'm listening, Lord. I don't need no more signs. I don't. Because, you know, and I'm so glad I trusted my gut, because when I say I was feeling wonderful, probably Thursday through Sunday morning, and Sunday is when I got that fever, and still a fever on Monday. I could not put my family and my friends or myself at jeopardy, like risking their health, if I were to have still traveled to LA. So I'm glad I chose to stay home. And I'm still going to utilize my time off to sanitize, and I have a lot of things that I can get done around the house, but I'm honestly at a loss for words. Like, yeah, so I also have strep. I'm gonna go pick up my antibiotics as soon as the pharmacy says it's ready, but I just wanted to add that in because literally only me. Only me. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for going on this crazy 2-week journey with me, with my COVID vlog and then having strep throat. I just want to say that coronavirus is very real, and I definitely am upping my precautions. Anything that I was doing before, washing my hands, using hand sanitizer, making sure that I use a mask when I go out, like I am making sure that I'm 100% doing that at all times. Simply because I don't know if next time when I get it, if it's going to be worse. I think I got really lucky having mild symptoms this time, but at the same time, I'm around people who are high risk. I have family members who are high risk. So I think it's really important that we take things seriously. Just as a reminder, the 2 places that I got tested were the Kroger Minute Clinic, and then I think, yeah, I went to the Kroger Clinic, but just 2 different locations. So I found them by Googling Kroger testing sites and was able to see which were the closest and that had appointment times available near me. And that was how I was able to schedule my test. And both times I got my results in 48 hours. Unfortunately, I was not able to find places with rapid testing that were actually same day results. So, in the event that I do need to get tested again in the future, that may be something I look for. But I think that I can go 2 days waiting, quarantining at home to wait for my results. So I'm not too worried about that. But as always, thank you for coming back and chilling with me. You got to see some glimpses of my home. And I finished my wall. I have a little bit more decorating to do. So once that's complete, I will be doing a fully furnished home tour. But for then, make sure you are following me on Instagram at Janay's, Janay'sWay. And then make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.